ready?
You ready?
For y'all.
It's fresh on you.
But wait. Turn it up real loud, y'all. This is the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. Welcome. I'm your brother John.
This is Kiana.
And I am the one and only Mr. Edmund.
And this program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project of the Community Development and Training Center, aka See That?
See that.
And we would like to thank y'all for tuning in, helping us to redefine what's cool, because
Smart
is
The new
gangster.
baby.
And if you don't know, now you know.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the party.
Yeah. You're welcome to the ride, man.
Happy New Year.
Yeah. May God's peace and blessings be with you in the new year.
Like my cousin say, maybe you and yours have a prosperous 1,000 years.
Ooh,
Yes.
1,000 years?
Yeah,
like
we
that.
need a whole 1,000.
Ooh,
A whole millennium.
if I live to 1,000,
Mm-hmm.
ooh,
Yeah.
people have to live with me to 1,000. I don't want to live to 1,000 by myself.
Yeah, that's the
You
thing.
just got to meet new people.
No,
Yeah.
no. I want to
You got to
You're gonna be
do it
consistently meeting new people the whole
like,
time.
I don't mind.
every 50 years.
Yeah, you gonna
like
be-
every 50, 60 years.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind meeting new people, but I need somebody solid that I can like go back.
Do that 1,000 with.
Yeah, like it's like vampire years. Like you know how like they still got their family, or like they have.
They-
No,
somebody-
I don't know what vampire movie you was watching.
1,000 years. And
What's in the originals?
that they have people who make that 1,000 with them.
Their whole family made it with them. They was the originals.
No.
It's the old series.
No,
right?
but that's
were
why
the
they be
ones who
depressed.
started-
That's why they be depressed, because they're the only ones.
Okay, yeah, no, I
That's
hear
why.
that.
That's
That's why they be miserable and just like
But see-
they don't care nothing about.
the originals. They couldn't die out. Like they were the ones who originally started the whole vampire thing. If
Okay.
you ever watched the series, so the
The
family,
originals.
the originals.
Okay,
Not
not crispy.
No, not Christian. It's the original.
It's original. Not crispy. How you bring the new year in? What you do? Anything exciting?
I was home.
Yeah.
So true story. Cheyenne switched out on me.
Okay.
So I said,
Just
hey,
gonna call her out right
yeah,
here live on the radio.
I am.
Cheyenne Roberts, Jules Diary fame.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is. So me and Cheyenne always bring in New Year's together, right?
Okay.
That's been our thing for umpteen years.
Right.
So I said, hey, do you want to go downtown? She was like, yeah, because we went shopping. And I was like, oh, we can go to my auntie Lori house. She cool. So I went home to clean up.
Mm-hmm.
I called her. She didn't pick up.
That was the B-52 fake out.
So when she didn't
Yeah.
pick up, I already knew.
Statue of Liberty play.
That was the indicator right
I
there.
already knew, right? So then she called me. I called her back. I hear stuff in the background.
Oh, she turned up.
Oh, she already.
Oh,
She switched out on me for her daddy.
she went somewhere she didn't want you to go.
She went with her daddy.
Okay, I got you.
And then I said,
Paw.
hey,
Broke the tradition.
so I already knew what the deal was, right?
Okay,
But
okay.
I just played along and I say, so hey, what you doing? We going she said, I said maybe. I said, you know what? All right.
That is a 52 fake.
Transformers,
Yeah,
more
she
than
totally. But
Yeah.
if she ain't with me, I prefer her to be with her dad.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
You know
love.
what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's
So-
love.
No, that's what it is. Mr. Evan, how you bring yours in? What you was out, watch the ball drop.
Yeah, I was at Social Sundays with Naps, IE Management,
Okay.
Dreammakers Productions. We was at the factory.
Nice.
We brought it in with a whole bunch of independent artists, singers, dancers, graffiti artists. So it was a big New Year's celebration.
That's what's up, man.
What did you do?
Uneventful. Stayed at home. My grandson was there. My oldest grandson, he kind of spent some time with us, and so
Mhm.
so yeah, it was really uneventful, man. I really the last 3-4 years I be asleep.
You be sleep when New
Yeah.
Year's come in?
That's the last 3 years, but
Nah, I ain't
this
never seen
year I was close to sleep. But yeah, just kind of relaxing, chilling, and then at midnight when the gunshots and all of that stuff went off, it get your
Now, I got
attention.
a story.
Yeah, talk to me.
So-
So we at the factory.
Story time with Mr. Edmond, y'all.
Celebrating. Big shots out to T Brown the Barber,
Mhm.
Brian. We was all just chilling. and literally heard bullets falling out the sky.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
falling
Yeah.
out the sky.
Like hitting stuff.
Hitting
When they fall, they hit. Yeah.
With force.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I've never heard it hit stuff.
I have.
Mm-hmm. I heard it.
Like on New Year's, I boop boop.
No,
but never
ain't no
heard
boop boop.
Nah. Don't.
So if you've heard shooting during New Year's, tell us about your story.
Yeah, what goes up must come down.
Yes. Be careful. Don't just be shooting in the air, y'all, and trying to aim it vertically or trying to think you can.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
Beat gravity.
Now you just lobbing it instead of.
There's no way to beat gravity.
Yeah, it's coming down somewhere.
Yeah.
Over somebody's head.
For real, man.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that.
Yeah, you know I got a bullet hole in my trunk from that.
I know. That's why I bought the story up because I remember
you got a bullet hole in your trunk.
From
the bullet that came down.
A bullet that went up and came down. Yep. And then I remember New Year's, maybe 2016, 17, we were sitting out in the yard, like on the porch, and I heard 2 bullets hit. I heard one hit the dirt, like right next to my car, and then I heard another one like hit my gutter. The ping, and it's like, okay.
That's what I heard. It hit like the thing at the top of the building. It was just like pling, 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 pling. I'm like, oh wow. I can just imagine if that would have hit somebody.
Yeah, what goes up?
It might have been instant.
I mean, people really got to be careful with that, but people take that day as like
King
open.
Royce.
It's open to do as you please.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
So let's find something new, a new tradition.
A new tradition, yeah. Breaking that habit.
Or maybe like shoot over the water or something.
No.
There's people out there too.
Leave the guns at home and be like on the microphone.
You ain't guarding the door. What you got a gun for?
Shouts out to hip hop, 50 years old, 51 years old.
Going into 51 this year, y'all.
MC.
Real deal. All right, so guess what day it is?
Wednesday.
Turtle, National Turtle Egg Hunting Day.
Yeah, no, not exactly. But the thing of it is we don't really know what day it is, right? So the current date varies depending on the calendar system that's being used.
On our calendar,
yeah.
On our calendar, it is the 3rd.
It is. It's the Gregorian calendar.
The Gregorian,
which is the most widely used international calendar.
You know why?
Why?
Because they raped and pillaged and killed all them people and took their calendar and their religion around the world.
And according to them people, today is
January
3rd, 2024. However, other calendars around the world have unique ways of measuring time. For instance, the Chinese calendar is currently in the year 4719.
I think they say that is the most accurate. Or one of the most accurate.
4719?
In the Chinese calendar.
Because they don't count Jesus. So the 2,000 years before Jesus, like AD, you know how they start at Jesus? Yeah. That's the Gregorian calendar that starts 0 at Jesus. But other calendars, the Russian calendar, the Chinese calendar doesn't factor in the birth of the Christ.
They just keep going. The Buddhist calendar is currently in the year 2565.
Mm-hmm. Russian, what, 6,000?
I don't have Russia. I got the Byzantine calendar, which is the oldest, it looks like, is 7,530.
So depending on where you at.
Yeah.
Determine what year.
Determine the year.
Depends on who took your country over.
The Islamic calendar, we're in year 1445. And then the Hebrew
1445. Well, that would be the oldest.
Well, it's 1400 years after the Hijrah, or after the Prophet left Mecca and went to Medina. So basically, the flight of the Prophet is when they start measuring time in the Islamic calendar.
2000 is 1400.
1400. Yeah.
Okay, not here.
It's 14.
Okay.
So it's like similar to what you were saying about like Jesus and kind of that being the starting point
for the Gregorian calendar.
Yeah. So the flight of the Prophet starts the Islamic calendar, and that was 1445 years ago. Mm-hmm. And then in the Hebrew calendar, the current year is 5,784.
Yep.
And they actually just had the New Year. That was Yom Kippur and all of that. But the Hebrew calendar's New Year started September 15th, 2023, and ends October 2nd. So
see, and then there also like cultures whose New Year is in April.
Right.
I think the Chinese New Year is February, March, or April.
Yes, it's coincide with spring, like springtime.
Yeah, with the flowers blooming.
When it's supposed to.
Yeah.
So
it really makes sense to me.
Yeah, it does too. So the moral of the story is we do what we want.
Pretty much. Here's the moral of the story. You can't manage time.
You can't.
You can only manage yourself. Because if you're trying to manage time, it's like, okay. I mean, even like, 24 hours.
Good
leap year. This year's leap year too.
Yes.
You know why they leap the year?
Tell me.
Because they put all these extra dates and months, and so to keep the calendar correct, with the calendar that they stole, they had because like let's say January is a new month.
Yeah.
July and August is Julius Augustus. That's Julius Caesar's son. Janus is January. So those 3 months right there that were inserted into the calendar. So let's say the original was 8-9 months, like a pregnancy. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to think of how many. Yeah, I remember.
The story goes when Julius Caesar put a date, his son came behind him and put 2.
And he wanted his.
So Julius made.
He wanted to outdo his daddy.
Yes, Julius Caesar put.
He wanted to be like his daddy. Want to do 2.
He Julius Augustus. So that's July, August.
Augustus, is it?
But no, Augustus? Julius Augustus is the son.
Okay.
See what I'm saying? See, you got to follow the story. It's a timeline.
I got Julius. I thought his name was Caesar Augustus.
But July, August.
Yeah, July, Julius, and then Augustus was the son came later, and he wanted his thing.
So we got July.
So they started just taking days from other months.
So in January was the daughter.
No, I thought January was.
January was the daughter. I know somebody named January.
I do too.
No, it's January. April. So Janus is January. Like it's like a god or something.
I hear that.
And I might be wrong. So if y'all know,
who's who?
Enlighten us.
So this is the things that's not gonna change.
Some things will not change.
Right. That's a Jabbar fact. We still doing. We
check with Google.
We doing Jabbar facts in 2024, y'all. Also, just want to say that, man, tap in, y'all. There's a lot happening, lot going on, and so make sure that y'all go to d7speaks.com, sign up, subscribe, so that you can stay abreast of all of the events and activities that's going on. The Melrose Mercy neighborhood plan update. There's a link on the site for that.
That's big.
Palmetto Park is doing their neighborhood plan update, and we're making our way through these neighborhoods.
Yes,
y'all.
Big stuff popping.
Yes.
I want to give you a big shout out because I haven't seen too many people have put so much emphasis on getting the information out. Right? You know, a lot of times, they'll say go to my website or check my calendar or whatever. D7 Speaks doesn't feel like, that is your other John, or that's D7 Speaks feel like that's our website.
It is.
It feels like the information that's on there goes outside of the district and also brings in people to the district. So good.
And you know what else? Since you're doing that, I'll go ahead and follow. Is that what I also like about it is that you are definitely going to the neighborhood. Like you are like people can physically see you and you can really like touch. Like, okay, he was here. Yeah. It's not like, I think he was there. Like you took a picture and then you was gone. Yeah. You know what I mean? And
you'll do that too now.
Yeah. No, I'm learning to do that. I'm learning.
I told you got to do that.
Yeah, that was the part of the instruction because I fought against that.
You pull up, and then you be gentle, and you be like, "Hey, y'all, I have another event coming. I'm glad that y'all having this event. I'm thanking y'all for joining and allowing me to be here. But when I leave, I won't make a lot of noise.
That is
hard. But I gotta do that. But he's still physically there, and like not there for 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you send me to places and you be there through me. Hey, I'm here, Brother Johnson.
Spread it around.
Brother Johnson.
Coach D, good morning. Good morning. Mm-hmm. Whoop, whoop. You in the building.
Coach D, hey.
So the Wells got their house. Look, what is it?
Bullet came down. Wells says last year, bullet came down on my parents' panoramic sunroof and shattered it.
Wow.
So listen, y'all have to be mindful of what goes up. Come down.
I must calm down.
Yeah, for real.
Big shouts out to Margaret. This is Tampa St. Pete. Yes, it is the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. We are all over the Bay Area, from across the Sunshine Skyway to across the whatever.
We passed the Bay Area.
We around the world.
We done hit Jamaica. Last year we hit
Jamaica, y'all.
We hit Orlando.
Shouts out to Beanie Man.
Carolina. like
multi-platinum Grammy winning.
Yeah, so we international.
Beanie Man.
We
and I want to say, Kiana, thank you. Right? Kiana came in and has stepped up as the person who books our guests. Mm-hmm. So if y'all want to be on the show, y'all gotta reach out to Q.
Yeah.
And Q has been bringing in nothing but the stars, including the tiny stars. No, you don't say little stars, the big stars, but you bringing in the people.
So you got the stars that's a part of the constellation. Yeah, and you got the other stars.
Yeah, but big shots out, but for real, because you bringing these people in, like I say, Beanie Man.
Yeah.
Even though I wasn't here, right? Mm-hmm. I was here like an out of body experience. But Beanie Man is the biggest artist, the most accolades. This man is a Grammy-winning multi-platinum artist that was here, Carol Festa Radio, 99 Jams the Bird.
That's right.
The Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. And you can be on here too. Reach out to Q. Tell Q. You can call her. You can hit her Facebook. Don't hit her Facebook. Yeah. Because she won't hit you back.
I won't.
Go to Instagram. Right. Reach out. Inbox the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. Inbox the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. If you want to be on, if you know an artist, if you got a product, if you are a business, if you just want to talk to the people. We built the platform for all us to stand on. Get it with Kiana. Kiana is the amazing person who's been putting this stuff together for us. And I just want to give you a big shout out.
Right on.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Also, online feedback for the community benefits on the historic gas plant redevelopment. The CBA, the online submissions have closed. They closed on December 31st. And so building, what we're looking to do is continue to get feedback, but it's going to have to be in person. And so the CBAC, that's the Community Benefit Advisory Council, meetings are scheduled in this month. So January 9th, 16th, 23rd, and 30th. And if you'd like more information, you can go to stpete.org/gas plant to get that information well.
Hold on, because you're moving fast.
Okay.
CBA, that's the Community Benefits Agreement around the gas plant redevelopment. Correct. Not the CBA for the entire city.
No, just for the gas plant.
So it's kind of confusing. So we want to...
help me clarify the confusion.
Because there's a Community Benefits Agreement for the city of St. Pete, right?
So there's a policy that we advocated for as a part of the New Deal for St. Pete.
And it was Community Benefits Agreement.
And the Community Benefits Agreement policy, basically, if there's a program that's over a certain amount of dollars
that comes from the city,
if the city contributes, I think we might have just let you say it.
No, go ahead. No, I just
So community development.
Listen, we gotta get this right because people need to know what a community benefits agreement is.
Yeah,
it's not common knowledge.
This is what it looked like when Mr. Edmund get enough sleep.
Yeah,
the night before.
Brain coffee.
But
no, the CBAC. Again, we advocated for the policy. Got it passed in like 2021. And we had a couple projects that went through the process, refined the process, and now we actually just did some updates to it late last year. Okay. And so now we're in the community benefits agreement process. So if the city's contributing over a certain amount to the project, then the developer of that project has to meet with the community and outline what the community impact is going to be of the project. So the impact report has been published. And then also hear from the community on what types of benefits we would like to have. And then those go through the CBAC, the Community Benefits Advisory Council. Those meeting dates are January 9th, 16th, 23rd, and 30th. And again, I don't know what day of the week that is.
I look.
But yeah, you can go to stpete.org/gas plant if you'd like to get more information about that. And then we also still have one of the last meeting, the last meeting for the Healthy Food Action Plan. Again, we pushing input, man. We don't want to be here 10 years from now trying to figure out like how we got here. So getting in the game now. So there's a Healthy Food Action Plan. The city needs your voice on the plan. It's more than a program. It's a collective effort to boost health and equity. It's focusing on 16 census tracts. And the next meeting for that is going to be January 9th at 6 p.m. at the Campbell Park Recreation Center.
I'm going to try to pull up.
Yes, please. And then the last thing that I want to say is that the application period for the microfund is still
slowly approaching.
Yeah. So you had 30 days about 15 days ago. So the last date for the application is January 15th. And you can go to stpete.org/CRA.
This January 15th?
This January 15th.
Yeah,
so
January 15th. It started December 14th to January 15th.
Right.
So it's 30 days.
And just keep in mind, because this time they're getting more people. Okay. But they're in they're going in waves. Mm-hmm. So you have, and then they different also cohorts, and also you're being put on a list just in case somebody drops off. So last time they didn't do that, right?
Yeah, it was just. I'm about to say it was janky. It was a pilot. So they don't work out. So a lot was learned in the pilot, and the feedback that was taken was not to close the portal. Mm-hmm. Number one, take everybody who you can, keep it open for the 30 days. Right. So it was December 14th to January 15th is how long it's going to be open.
So what is the microfund? So for people who don't know, what is a microfund?
It's an opportunity actually for residents who have businesses in the CRA. In the community redevelopment area. Mm-hmm. We provide you with funding as well as personalized capacity building through education, mentoring, and networking. This support allows businesses to make targeted improvements without having to provide upfront capital. So if you have an existing brick and mortar business, you can get apply for $10,000. If there's an existing family child care, $10,000. Existing home-based business, $5,000. Mm-hmm. Existing shared commercial space, $5,000, and then early stage startups is $2,500. Mm-hmm. And these are grants, so you don't have to pay them back. All you have to do is take
invest your time.
Invest your time.
Yeah. Invest your time and in your business.
And get involved.
Right.
And get involved. And so to make sure that the money you're spending it wisely, mm-hmm. because what the city wants you to do is to be long standing.
Right.
And not overnight. Like here, we start the business today, and by 2025, you're closed. So they're trying to give you the tools to be successful for you can have longevity.
That's right.
I want to also say, get involved because like the CRA has been around maybe 5 years, 7 years, kind of to be exact, and we need more Black community members. I got to say the word Black.
Okay.
Right. Because oftentimes we want to use a lot of other words, but these dollars were created for the Black community.
Pretty much.
Right? The communities where we live at, right? And there's a lot of gentrification going on. So these dollars are open to anybody, right? Anybody. So this microfund was a way to get y'all through the door. Mm-hmm. So we need to blow the doors off because every year they rolling over 10, 17, $20 million. Y'all like 17, 20, $19 million getting rolled over because they're not giving it out. So a microfund like this potentially, if used correctly, could help allocate those funds into businesses and hands that really need it. Instead of rolling it over, it can go out to y'all if y'all register to the microfund.
Right on.
There you go.
There you have it, folks. So that's all what I got for community events. You got something coming up Friday.
Oh, yeah. How can I forget? It's First Friday. He say, she say.
He say, she. Urban Drinkery.
Yes. And we have another announcement.
Yeah. First Friday gonna be lit.
It's gonna be.
So tell me about it. What happened First Friday?
First Friday, we're gonna be out the station.
Yeah, we starting the day off. We starting the first Friday of the new year off at Urban Drinkery. So y'all come out.
So we are kicking off the Deuces live on 22nd for First Friday.
Yeah, y'all come over and be with us.
2023 was a remarkable year. 2024, we're gonna bring it.
Yes,
we're gonna bring it like never before. We're gonna be at Urban Drinkery. It's a coffee bar.
Yes, so 2184 9th Avenue South.
Urban Drinkery.
This is what. So we got coffee. It's gonna be coffee there. We're gonna get there.
I want y'all to just come and hang out with us.
Hang out with us and bring us breakfast.
Listen, pull up. Listen, y'all. I'm doing pull up. Intermittent fasting. I ain't eating anything you bring me. But listen,
bring us some fruits and vegetables.
Listen, pull up. Support the growth and the renaissance that's happening on 22nd. A lot of people don't talk about this enough, but Urban Drinkery, the Catalyst Restaurant, Miss Gloria, Sid's, Heavy's food truck, Heavy's restaurant, Lorraine's, big shots out to Mel. Mel's supposed to be coming. So y'all got to understand that our community is roaring back. Right. We've been through a lot of oppression and depression. We was oppressed and depressed, but now we roaring back. So support the businesses that's coming back.
Right on. And so we'll be there at 7 to 9, 7-ish. 7 to 9. 7 to 9.
One day we're gonna
be there 7 o'clock.
One thing. So we're like any good relationship, right? Or any relationship. When it's good, we give us praises. Yeah. When it's bad, we call us out. So we call ourselves out. The Tampa Bay Breakfast Club had been starting around 7:30.
We've been on PP time. We'll start at 8 o'clock if you let us.
But no more in 2024. Like you gonna get your 2 hours.
You can't manage time. You can only manage yourself.
Y'all remember the show 24? When the heart used to beat, boom.
That's the way it's been. Mm-hmm. So 7 to 9, come over to Urban Drinkery, and then
all invited.
And it's gonna be like all day.
It's gonna be all day. Like so on the deuces, not only will you have he say she say going on at Urban Drinkery, where we can talk about whatever you want to talk about. Like, listen. If you've never been to He Say, She Say, you're missing out. It's a whole vibe. But then across the street will be live music, a DJ as well. Right. So it will set the ambiance for you to go either or. You can go hang out, listen to the live music. Over there, come and enjoy the conversation that we're going to have at He Say, She Say. We'll be giving out the overnight bags. We're redefining what's cool.
That's right.
Have HIV tests in there.
Home HIV tests that you take at home.
Yeah. Right? You get your results within 15 and 20 minutes in the privacy of your home. And I'm not... Listen, just take them because you never know when you want to test yourself.
Yeah.
Right. And I hear people say, I'm in a committed relationship. I don't need it. A lot of people in committed relationships didn't get tested prior to getting these committed relationships. So you don't know what came in the door before. So it's okay to just get tested.
That's right.
And stuff stay dormant and it may not come out, even if you know what I mean. So go ahead. It's okay to get tested.
So let me ask you this. This is a question, right? So if you start a new relationship, how do you have the conversation about your HIV and health status? Like when and how does that work actually? I've been off the scene for a while. So
say that one more time.
So like, let's, you getting with somebody, you meet them, right? Y'all kicking it, you enjoying each other's company. Now you ready to take your relationship to the next level. At what point do you start having conversations about, have you been tested? Do you know your status? Or is that even a thing?
It should definitely be a thing, right? Okay. Responsibly before you have sex, that should be a conversation, but people don't do it a lot of times. But once you're in a relationship and you realize and you think protection is going to go out the window.
I just think once you start growing wrong.
I think that's too late.
We too early.
But before you decide,
I hear you though. That is too late.
It is. Once you already cross that line, it's too late. But before
you always get a test. It's never too late.
No,
it's never too late to get a test.
It's never too late, but you want to have that conversation before you do that, because
you just gotta say it.
Because you're gonna be like,
I'm sorry.
You gonna know that's for real. Because what happened is you end up going and you're in a committed relationship, and then something off, and then you like, yo, what we got?
Ooh, what we got?
Yeah, because they done gave it to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you can't really be mad at that partner because you did not take care of yourself.
Didn't do your due diligence.
No, you did not.
You gotta do your due diligence.
So what about when your partner tell you need to go get checked out?
You need to too.
You heard me? Not we.
You. So that means I already been checked out.
You know what partners will. Partners will stay in one person.
Listen,
you need to go get checked out.
And that's what because I want the other person. This is real life. The other person wants to skip the line, right?
And just find out from you, like,
if you ain't got it, I ain't got it.
But here's real life stuff. It's sometimes some stuff show up. Some stuff show up in one person that don't show up in another.
So,
but you
is that like, okay, so here's your opportunity. You come to He Say, She Say.
Get a home.
We giving you a home kit.
We give you home kit. Yeah. We give you condoms. We give you lip
balm.
All this is free. We give you pamphlets on that. And there's t-shirts. Because I have a whole bag.
Yeah. Listen.
Right, of goodies. Goodies that's going to go out there to
glasses, just for splashback, so you don't get no splash.
We don't want to. We don't want to ruin the mood. We want to make you responsible
and
still be able to have.
He talking about nothing ruins the mood like finding out you got something.
Yeah.
But no, because
you found out you got the heebie-jeebies.
But no, the best part about it is you can do it together as a relationship or as a couple, or you can go y'all separate ways and walk into the bathroom and do it on your own.
Right.
And have that conversation with you, God, and your doctor.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Right. And that's why
you got in your doctor.
You got it.
First it's gonna be you and God. First it's gonna be you and God, and hopefully you tell your doctor.
Thank you. That's what we're trying to do. You don't know, now you know. You can get the help you need because people are living with these diseases. It's not 86 where it was a death sentence.
That's true.
People are living and then getting to the point where they can't transmit it. Getting their teeth,
where it's not detectable,
their teeth cells or whatever that thing is, they get it so low they can't transmit it.
It ain't a cure.
No, but it's definitely they turn it down.
It's treatment,
It's like you say, it's not the 80s when because we have the stigma of when people was like, and you was
you got HIV, like you son, you go in the corner and just wait on.
The scarlet letter on you.
For real, you remember that? You remember they used to be doing that to people? Oh, he got AIDS, they got AIDS, she got AIDS, they got AIDS.
Now, people with HIV and AIDS at this point are living longer than people that have cancer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So treatment has come a long way.
It has came
Shout out to Magic Johnson.
Early notification is the number one thing about medicine, y'all. Yeah. Whether it's diabetes, whether it's cancer, whether it's HIV, syphilis, whatever it is, early detection, whether it's breast cancer, whatever it is. And this is a message to the Black community.
Yeah.
The people who ain't going to the doctor, the people who need help. Listen, early detection saves lives. People get early detection and they live with the disease grandma died of.
Yeah.
The disease uncle died of.
They don't have to take you out.
People are living long, healthy lives with that same disease because they got help that they need.
And this is also what I'm saying, and we can elbow off of this, elbow off of it, is that we have a lot of parents listening.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hit me up. Get these tests for your children. Ooh. Like, I'm going to tell you this, high school students, I don't care how you want to, they're having sex.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Probably.
No. They're having sex. And if you
for the people in the back. Look, you're cheering, honey.
That is.
Just go ahead and just know that.
And start them off with a healthy sex life up front. They're going to do it with or without your permission.
Yeah.
But give them the tools to make sure that they're successful so that they have longevity in it and they're not making the mistakes that we did.
We can't elbow off this though.
Anybody else said that. We don't have to, but I'm saying. But really, hit me up and ask for these HIV. I take these to my nephews.
Right.
I give these to my high school nephews that I know that's out here that little girls is coming over. I see how they come to the house and I see how they leave.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I'm not letting you do it, auntie. It don't matter. I'm keeping you safe. That's what I'm doing.
I
give you one.
Shirts, what they are.
I see how you leave.
Like that commercial with the shirts all wrinkled up.
You go in clean, pressed, and then you come
in pressed. You leave wrinkly. You know what I mean?
Oh, this is a tough world we live in. So I want to say this. I really want to say this. That's why I don't want to elbow.
Did you say 100? Yeah, he did.
I really want to say this, dog. I really want to say this. Some of the highest new cases of HIV are coming from high schools and senior living facilities. Now listen to what I just said.
Yeah,
look at the spectrum.
Yeah.
Some of the highest. Listen. But that's why we gotta really check our our thoughts or our preconceived notions at the door.
That's true.
Because some of the highest cases are these young people that's in high school.
When we did like the focus groups, it was like 18 to 24. I think it's like the highest. Yeah,
one of the highest.
One of the highest
because it's
of new cases. Yeah,
it's like because it's some men loving men in that mix.
Yeah,
but one of the highest is the children at school.
Yeah.
And those new cases are coming from school. So, you got to kind of...
Because when you're young like that, you think that you're untouchable.
And you think it ain't got that far.
Yeah, they be like... they be like, no, we too new in the game.
Too fresh.
We too new in the game.
Is that what you think? Or is that or you just not thinking about it at all?
No.
Okay, that's what you
think about it.
But then some you is thinking.
Yeah. But if you're not thinking about it, you think you're too new in the game.
Yeah.
I don't think you're too new. You're just thinking like I'm trying to move from one to the other.
Right, and it ain't gonna hit you.
Like I done found something, that I enjoy, and I want to keep on enjoying.
It's so different now because people are being born with the disease. So,
but most people are not. This is the thing.
But some people are born with it. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm in high school.
So
and I've been positive.
No, but see. Back in the 80s and early 90s, you were being born with it, right?
Oh, now they done learn to cut it off.
They done learn. They done to get in front of it. Parents who have HIV and AIDS are not passing it on with their children who, as long as if they're being treated properly.
While the pregnancy.
And their kids are not coming with
disease. And that's another reason to know your status.
Right. Before you start. So how do you talk to your children about sex?
So I tell you how I started.
And what age?
You gotta start early.
You gotta start early because at this point you're looking at like society. There's always been X-rated stuff, right?
Yeah.
Oh, but now
it always
you have to go home and watch the tape.
You got
to have somebody that had it or something. Yeah.
Or you know what I mean? Or you had to hide your magazine. Yep. Or you know what I mean? Or something like that. It was different stuff, but now it's like up front and center on every radio station, every TV station, everything. TikTok, you can get anything you want.
We over sexualized. They say we over sexualized.
So when
I'm thinking about that too, because like we had R. Kelly and Keith Sweat them.
We always. But
our parents had Clarence Carter,
but they got
Dr. CC.
They got OnlyFans though.
Yeah,
and Pornhub. You can't. It's no comparison.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's always been X-rated stuff, but the access to it has changed.
Hugh Hefner ain't got nothing on OnlyFans.
Yeah. Nothing.
Okay.
So you thought Hugh Hefner was the man? OnlyFans is.
I got a whole thing with Hugh Hefner. Like, why he didn't go to jail? That's another question.
That is
white privilege, but it's all right because that's what happened.
But like so, we kind of tiptoeing and tap dancing.
Okay.
What age and how do you talk to your children about sex?
So I think you start early.
What early is what?
So sex education used to start.
You might be blessing somebody.
No. Sex education used to start like in 5th and 4th grade.
Yep.
So that's
right. And
10, 11
somewhere right there,
old.
you need to start because people start to get their menstrual.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. So
a little hair on your chest.
So I think that's a great time. Just thinking like when you get the menstrual cycle, like now let's have
with women,
let's have
children,
a conversation
young ladies,
about,
and then with men,
with the men,
with his men.
So everything is age appropriate.
Okay.
So you could start really young in elementary about telling people boundaries.
Yeah, like, don't let them touch you. Don't,
okay.
Don't sit on no lap.
Don't ever sit.
Yes.
Never sit
on a man's lap. Yes.
You know what I mean? Those are
Santa Claus included.
Santa Claus included, man. Some of these, man.
Don't put your baby up there.
Man, I just that's a whole other story.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Kill. Go ahead, Kill.
But
so start off with just like boundaries and understanding boundaries,
and what makes you feel feel uncomfortable, and what you need to come and tell me when and that's the elementary conversation.
Okay,
you know what
somebody
I mean?
touch you,
Right.
Okay,
you need to come tell me. Don't keep nothing from me. Yeah.
And then middle school, when you're going into middle school, then you start seeing people start to be curious, more curious. 5th grade.
I don't know why I'm feeling this in my body because it's just so scary
and secretive.
Right, because
they get secretive.
And you know what happened? We all been.
That's
true.
You
know what happened is everybody have seen the movies, right? And they be like, "Oh, I want to kiss." They want to figure out what the kids look like, and now you know what I mean.
I live the movie, so it's real like
you're right.
So I know when I really started the sex education in my house, it was like middle school.
Okay.
With all my kids, y'all know I only have Shy biologically, but I have Trayvon, Cheyenne, all of them. I had my I put all STDs, like pictures of them.
Yeah.
Up on.
We had a book too. I remember.
I put it
my
on.
auntie had a book. She was a nurse, and she had like a it was like a dermatology book.
It had a freak book. What kind of
book? It was like a dermatology book. It was like, I guess, once
the anatomy and stuff,
the anatomy and physiology, and she gave us the book and she turned it to the page with the STDs. So you see herpes,
all of that,
and then you get to look like you see what it looked like if you don't.
Right, and that's why
you don't handle it properly.
Yeah, I put it on.
I mean, that's the way she showed us. Shout out to Auntie Diane.
So Thank you for that. I put mine on the computer.
Your head straight.
Yeah.
I put it on the computer. So when they go by, they saw it.
Told me this. She done told me this before.
And
Did you see some jack?
They see some. This is what you get. If you know what I mean, once you start,
if you don't prepare properly.
But I've always sat down and had real conversations with my kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Real life, like this is what you're feeling. This is why you don't do this. Like I was a teen mom.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and raising a child, and I think I did an amazing job to be a teen mom, right? But what I told Cheyenne
blue waffle
is that because I was a teen mom and I made the decision to have you at that, I made decisions at a young age, is that you suffer from, you get consequences for my actions.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because she had two teen parents.
Okay.
And she didn't always have her, like, the truth is she has an amazing dad, but as a teenager, he wasn't.
Yeah, you had to grow through that.
He had to grow in that. I had to be a mom because she was there with me. He didn't, but you suffered the consequences for my actions.
Right.
And you know what I mean? And it grew up, and I would have loved for you to have a stable household with two parents growing up, but you got to be careful about your decisions. And then with sex come emotions. Grown-ups can't even handle those.
So check this out. Yeah, that's true. Sierra put it in here. You mentioned like talking about touching, and Sierra says it's not always touching at first. That uncomfortable feeling can be felt in different ways because you got like the Mister type person where you got the person looking over the top of the newspaper that's watching the young girls. You know what I'm saying? And that can make them uncomfortable as well. Like our conversation, you know what I'm saying? Like you got somebody, like you got the creepy old man who's watching, the young person. Like you got to watch them people too, man.
So I didn't.
Yeah, that's
and like what Sierra's saying, it causes
it degrees and it's levels to it. Yeah.
So you need to speak up. In those situations, like I'm uncomfortable with
Uncle Juju.
Yeah,
he
always.
Yeah.
You gotta catch it, and I said that in there. Anything that makes you feel uncomfortable, you need to come tell me.
And that may not be a touch.
It may not be a touch. It may be too many stares. It may be they're calling you to do stuff.
The awkward comments, the statements, just
over. You know what I mean?
I saw a video they had where it was, and I don't know if it was a skit or not, but they had it was like the uncle was coming over to visit during the holidays, and he was like telling the child, come give me a hug. And she was like, no, I don't want to give you a hug. And he's like, come give me a hug. And she like, no, I don't want to. And he like telling the mama, tell her to come give me a hug. It's like, okay,
no,
what are we doing?
She ain't finna hug you. Go.
What are we doing here? You know what I mean?
I love
all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
If she say no, that's what it is.
That's what it is. That's exactly what it is, man.
And that's because
we got 1 minute, y'all.
We got one. Oh, this has been
this has been an action-packed hour. Y'all do not want to leave.
We came to do it, y'all.
Look at the commercials. Look at what's on there if you're on Facebook. And if you're on the radio land, listen to Democracy Now! We will be back 6 hours after the hour.
6 hours?
6 minutes after the hour.
Got you. I know what you mean. Look, you can't manage time. You can only manage yourself.
We don't even know what time.
Hey, time is all relative.
So when we come back, we're going to talk about St. Pete's declining black population. There was a report that came out that said like black people leaving St. Pete
because they can't afford it.
Like early December, the report came
and
out.
I hate to say it,
yeah, the census report talked
there's
about
not enough being done to keep people here.
So we're gonna talk about
they want
that.
us out, but go ahead.
And we also got an Ask Kiana question that we got queued up. We got some headline news and a lot more for you. So again, y'all stick around. We're gonna be back about 6 minutes after the hour, right here on the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. So thank y'all for tuning in. We'll be right back.
Bye.
That's how we said it in the South.
St. Pete, Tampa, Clearwater, Largo, and all surrounding cities. Jam Device Productions present Grown Folks Old School Party with a Purpose. Yes, coming January 5th on a Friday at the Social Club and Lounge in St. Petersburg, Florida, located at 2534th Street South. Yes, $10 admission with DJ Chill on the wheels of steel and Chef Mizzle. They'll be in the kitchen. So come on out and enjoy a good time for the grown folks. Don't meet me there, but just beat me there.
Agape Soul Boutique. High-end boutique looks and quality with affordable pricing. Located at 6025 Martin Luther King Street South in St. Pete. Choose from our amazing selection of stylish, fashion-forward heels, wedges, boots, children's shoes, accessories, and much more. You can shop now and pay later, interest-free with Afterpay. Subscribe to our website and get huge savings on our latest products at AgapeSoulBoutique.com. For more information, call 727-379-1318. Come give your feet the royal treatment and check us out at Agape Soul Boutique today.
Yeah, just like that. We
just
back.
like that. Just like that. We bike. We bike. We bike.
We bike. Hey. I love it. Welcome back to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
This is
Kiana.
And I am the one and only Mr.
Sorry.
And this program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project of the Community Development and Training Center, aka CDAT.
CDAT.
And we like to thank y'all for tuning in, helping us to redefine what's cool, because is
the new
gangsta,
baby.
And if you don't know,
so listen, if you missed the first hour, we can literally say the first hour.
Yeah,
bananas.
We gave it to you.
We gave it to you, and we was talking about talking to our children about HIV.
Having the talk.
Yeah, just having the talk. The birds and the bees. They don't call it
STDs anymore.
What do they call it?
Sexual transmitted infections.
Okay.
No longer, they took the disease away from.
Because I think it's a stigma.
With STD?
Because diseases have stigmas against them.
So infections, like, okay, yeah, it's like.
I mean, you got a cold infection.
They come and go.
You know what I'm saying? You have whatever infection is.
It
doesn't have the same impact as disease.
But I can tell you what I was taught, and I taught my children: anything with an H you can't get rid of. Herpes, hepatitis,
this
HIV.
is how you
you're stuck with it for life.
Okay,
and you know what I mean. But something to change.
I never heard that.
I had another H.
With an H.
I had another H you can't get rid of.
I ain't going.
Herpes. I ain't going.
You know what
I don't know where you
going. That's why I say I ain't going.
I'm gonna just keep on going.
I ain't going. This is community radio, 99 Gems, Carefrester Radio. You're listening to the morning show, Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. That's right. We are community radio. If you feel the need, please donate.
Yes,
support your community radio station here, 99 Gems. Support the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club show. You can underwrite a show. You can donate to the station and give us what you got. If what you ain't got, you can keep.
Keep that.
Take that one. So,
but yeah, so
NinjaMsTheBird.com for donations, y'all.
So what? Yeah, it is. So all we want to say is keep your children safe.
Yeah.
It takes the village. I was reading some of these comments in here, and I saw that the father passed away, so you had to go to the village. This is what your village is about, and we want to bring that back, because in our community, what we start to miss was the village, because people started to say, "Them my children." Don't say nothing when your neighbor could.
Yeah, straighten that.
Yeah.
You know, you took that away.
Because some of them was them uncles we was talking about. Remember we were just talking about Uncle Juju? Tell that girl to come over and hug me.
You know what though? You're right. And here's what I think, and I'm glad you said that, right? Because we do talk about the village and how the village, but then you got some people who was abused within the village, and then when they became adults, they was like, screw the village.
Right.
You don't do that.
But listen, I got something for that.
What the village do, because the village, wasn't so good to me.
I want to say this: the destruction of the village and the village concept was intentional because they came here. We were in villages and we were amongst our tribes, and they couldn't penetrate. Right. So y'all remember the story of Pocahontas? That was a part of the infiltration of the tribe, of the village, to pull away that we together. I got you, you got me. Now it's okay. What about him? What about them? And they introduced, so it kind of
individualism,
and it's pulled the whole village concept up.
But where Brother John was coming at, and this is what we need to do, and in our community, we started to be quiet about
the wrong
thing.
Yes.
So in this village, when we're doing community and taking care of each other, a part of taking care of each other is being truthful. If your uncle is touching somebody, you call them out.
That's right.
Them are the ones who's kicked out the village.
That's right.
You don't give them a pass because they Uncle John or not. I didn't even say that.
No,
but you know, Uncle Steve, and you give them a pass. And this is what tore up the
Y'all
village.
know
not my Uncle Steve.
But no, you knew it, but you just gave it. You tried to.
That's right though.
Because you know how he is.
Right.
Y'all know how he is. He don't mean nothing by that.
No, he do mean somebody.
Or that one, he like him young.
But see, this is what.
That was the thing too in the
So
village.
that's what ended.
You know he like him young.
That's coming back to bite him now.
So when the village did not protect you, you realized that you didn't want to be a part of that village anymore.
Exactly.
So with rebuilding this village, we want to say we protect all and we call out BS. So at the end of the day, if you're doing something, I don't care if it's your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother, your nephew, your cousin, your son, your daughter.
Yeah, stand on that business.
Yeah.
Call them out. You do them no justice, no good if you're allowing them to hurt people.
They call that enabling.
What goes on in our house stays in our house.
And it do, but you don't enable behavior. Yeah. And I think that's what we got.
But that's a part of that.
That's where we got.
That's
what we got caught up in the enabling of. We almost handicapping or helping. Like that enabling, it becomes like a participation.
Right.
You're a part of it now. You know what's been going on.
Yeah.
You're a part of that now. You might not have done it. You might not be with it. But guess what? By you allowing it to happen is why that's your cosign.
Right.
Your silence is your cosign.
Yep. Silence is compliance.
Yes, it is. So, and then when you think about people started saying I and not we, it's because the village didn't take care of I.
So it's like I'm gonna do it
I gotta do it. I gotta do it.
I'm not gonna allow my children to go through what I
went through.
Because my village didn't take care of me.
And so don't touch my children. Like, do you see my kids? You tell me you don't touch. You don't put your hands on them.
That's trauma. Because that's unaddressed trauma.
Because you have people in the village that was harder on other people's kids than they was
on their own, and people notice that.
And so it's like, you know what?
You ain't doing your kids like that. Why you hitting my kids?
That's right.
I ain't seen you hit your kid nail time. Now you out here spanking mine
all the time.
Yeah, get out of here.
And then this is, but in the village, what happens is that there were more good than bad. But that one bad thing happened.
Spoil the bunch.
Yeah.
So when you have the bad person, that is the person you pick and throw away.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's okay that they got to live alone because they need to live with the decisions that they made. Or
they broke the code.
They did.
They broke the code.
And this is when
that's when we talk about ethics. Because another part of community building is having community standards.
Yep. And the standard is the ethics of the
and that's the ethics of the community.
Yep.
And so like we got to get back to that piece. And really
stand up on this
and really establish,
that talk.
These are our community standards. These are our community agreements.
This is what we don't do.
Yeah.
We don't hit our women. We don't
that's right.
That's with the young. We don't, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And then some places where that broke down and then it became, I'm back.
Anybody can get
it.
Yeah. But it was
that's
like,
when it broke down. No,
at one point, not everybody
couldn't get it.
Yeah, like
that old man couldn't get it.
That's right. Like I'm not finna just go shoot up your mama's house.
No.
Because I know you got a little sister. I know you got like family in there. So
and you have to handle it a different way.
I catch you where I catch you.
So this is where
not just random like
now they on site.
So
it's on
you
site.
Want me tell you? So
here
we go. Yeah. Remember when we had the conversation last week about love and respect?
Yep.
Yes.
You can love somebody and still disrespect them. If you got respect for them, it stop you from doing stuff that love does not.
Yes.
Say that slow.
Say that one more time.
When you have respect for them, respect will stop you from doing things that love does not.
Yes.
Ooh, you gotta let that breathe.
So would you rather love or respect?
Would
you rather be loved or respected?
I want your respect and with your love.
I want to. I
don't want your love without your respect.
I want respect with you. I want loyalty with my respect, please. Can I get 2 sides of loyalty with my respect? Can I get loyalty with my respect?
Can I get a little bit of loyalty?
Can I get the loyalty with my respect?
Yeah. Where's love in that equation?
I mean, the love will come out of the loyalty and respect. That's where the love will come from. Because if you don't love or have loyalty, if you don't have respect me or have loyalty to me, you don't love me. See, that's the thing. We thought love didn't mean loyalty and respect, but love, inside of love, is loyalty and respect. So if you don't have loyalty for that person and respect that person, you don't really love them.
But that's what we said last week, and Kiana was like, it is possible to disrespect somebody who you love.
Your kids do it, and they
love you, but they disrespect you.
They do. You can have love and not respect.
See how you sitting with it? I had to sit with it.
I'm going to sit with it. Because I ain't just talking to talk. See, listen, I ain't just talking to talk.
I had to sit with it because I asked that question.
I'm listening.
Yeah.
I'm hearing that.
James Wayne.
And love
and respect are literally one and the same. Kiana shaking her head.
But I hear you, because I've disrespected people that I love, and I felt bad for it. So that's why y'all see me. I just completely shut down. Because I have shown disrespect to persons that I really love and didn't mean the disrespect that I showed them.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? But that's when the loyalty kicked in. See, without that loyalty, I wouldn't have felt nothing about doing it.
Oh, that's
you get what I'm saying? I wouldn't have felt nothing about that disrespect.
So no repentance. Yeah,
it was the loyalty. Like, dang, I can't.
But what happened? And then you realize the respect that you have for them and the consequences. So when you fear of losing something,
that make you get in line.
It can't get you in line because
so we don't add fear into this love, loyalty, and respect.
No,
little fear, you gotta know.
No, when you realize what people bring to you and how much they mean to you, you start respecting their presence and you start to rethink things that you may do. Like when you were just in
to not lose their presence.
I think it starts with respect though. Like for me, because I always talk about this too, you don't have to earn my respect.
I already gave it to you.
I give you respect because I want respect in return. Now you can lose my respect, right? But I don't come in like not respecting you and waiting for you to do something to earn it. Like,
but that's how some people say you got to earn my respect.
But you don't have to earn my respect.
But some people,
I give you my respect,
and some people
because I want respect in return, right?
But you're also somebody that has morals.
And you're emotionally intelligent.
And on top of that, you have a different foundation. It's your foundation that you have, and that your outlook in life. So you're not looking for somebody to get you because you're not getting anybody.
Hold on. Let me. Yeah, we talking about love, loyalty, and respect, right? Give us a call at 727-637-2416. That's 727-637-2416. If you in the comments, just tell us about the love, respect, and did we mention honor?
Oh, there you go.
Did we mention, because after the love and respect, what comes? Honor, because that's what we used to honor our elders, right? We wouldn't do certain stuff around them. When they coming up, I ain't cussing like a sailor, because I see the old man right there. Yeah. Know what I'm saying?
That's
and
we got to pick. You shall receive.
We got to pick some of that stuff back up.
Hey, caller, introduce yourself.
It's What's on Your Mind Wednesday.
Hey, guys, it's Carla.
Hey, Carla B.
Carla B, the one and only.
What's going on?
Happy New Year, family.
Happy New Year.
Yeah. So from my perspective, I start with respect.
Okay.
It's a baseline for everything, and then you work your way to lose that. And when you lose my respect, then I'm no longer even engaging with you. For what?
You work your way up to lose that.
No, but that's cool. So I mean, I unite with that because it's like you start with an A.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then as you start doing things, your grades start to go down. And then if you get to that F, like, okay, now you just like, you ain't got it no more.
Right. Like if you look at the work I do with young people, right? So for me, respecting them is starting off by good afternoon, sir. Mm-hmm. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yes.
Excuse me, sir. Come over here. So it's probably why I will be more easily, doesn't mean always, but more easily respected, because I'm not treating young people as if they're not people.
Thank you so much,
younger people.
And I want to thank you, Carla, for like all you doing with the youth farm, all you've done, and all that you will do in the future. Because you right, you got to give respect to get respect. You know what I mean? And then what about loyalty? Right? Let's not forget about the loyalty.
Love, loyalty, and respect.
Listen.
But Carla B, she clicked on respect. We got a whole
Thank you guys.
All right.
Thank you so much. Connect with Carla B, y'all.
Somebody call and talk about that loyalty, man. Somebody.
That was what you was asking.
You listen, loyalty, but you want me to tell you, with the respect comes loyalty.
It's kind of baked in. It's kind of baked in, but your loyalty breeds respect. But if you don't necessarily, because you got to think, I respect you when you here. I don't talk about you behind your back, but I'm gonna handle my business. So now with my business, because I think you just said this, who gave respect? No, he said before that, he said who or what determines what is respect and what is disrespect.
I think you do. You do.
You cross that line, and you'll see.
Yeah. Because you have to teach people how to treat you.
Yeah, and you disrespecting me by that, and you don't know that's against my rules.
You have to teach people how to treat you.
You really do, because you think what's common to you may not be common to them, and what somebody like took from somebody else don't mean that you're taking it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like somebody might have been okay with you cussing them out. I'm not.
Yeah.
Okay, that ain't disrespect. That's what. Yeah.
You know what
and I think we kick it like that, and I talk to people like that.
And then you see how.
But you don't talk to me like that because like I don't get down like that. So that's teaching people how to treat you like this. For me, the way that you showing up is disrespectful to me, and so I'm going to have that conversation with you and say, you know what, that may be how you like with Carla B's example. With young people, like okay, you may be used to talking to adults a certain kind of way.
Don't come at me like
that. But that's not how we get down.
And then you change
put that down at the beginning.
Yeah, and you establish those agreements up.
Big shout out, Mr. Franklin. Get on, sit down, and shut up.
But you
listen. He
that's establishing.
He'll come out the back of the bus. Y'all, who remember Mr. Franklin on the bus? Put the comment in the comment. Big shouts out, rest in power. Right. Mr. Franklin used to come out the back of the bus.
Right.
Get on, sit down, and shut up.
And good morning, caller.
But he always
good
said
morning.
Hold on. He always said good morning first, though.
Yeah, it was respect.
It was respect. Who we got on the line? What's on your mind Wednesday?
UV. Y'all
UV?
y'all thing this morning.
I appreciate you, man.
I'm gonna just say that loyalty sometimes will lead you to do things out of loyalty that just because you loyal to something, it might not be the right thing to do.
Amen to that.
Agreed.
But you loyal, so you do it. Or a lot of times tradition of how you doing stuff, and then when you get your education, you realize this wrong, man. We just been doing this because grandma them, granddaddy said do it, but
because my job say do it.
Yeah.
Or my job say do it.
You just doing
the reason
it
why I ask about the disrespect is because we in the South we taught to say yes sir, yes ma'am.
Right.
But I done traveled around a little bit, and sometimes when you say ma'am or sir to people, they take offense. Like, who you talking to?
I ain't
old.
Don't
ma'am me.
Yeah.
Don't sir me. I've had that too. Yeah. Don't sir me. What you talking about?
That's true.
Oh, my bad.
And things that we take as it's just talking or respect. They'll take it as disrespect, and you don't even know that you're being disrespect. Like, just say, even going down to Miami.
Yeah.
Up north, you'll hear them say, yo. But if you call somebody yo boy down south,
that's different.
Considered disrespect.
Yeah.
Jump on your head because it's like you calling them a F boy.
Yeah.
But unbeknownst to you, it's no signs of disrespect.
Yeah.
But let me say this.
Bruh.
But listen, let me say this. You have to know the culture that you in.
That's true.
Right? So it's just like going to another country. And you ain't thinking that because you home, but you pull up in my hood, it's certain things you got to do and say a certain way.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? You can't call nobody a man a itch, right? You know how somebody say the B word to men?
Yeah.
Those are fighting words.
Yeah.
You cannot call me a B.
But see, it's impossible.
Women call each other that.
But you go to another neighborhood.
Disrespect.
But this is the thing it's tread lightly because it's impossible for you to know it. It's impossible for you to know every culture. It's impossible.
You got to know the culture you go to.
It's impossible if you just rolling and you coming in there and people are naive to stuff. And I mean, it's almost impossible. If I ain't never been to Compton, I know, and I'm just going to visit.
Don't wear the red hat.
When you get with somebody who's there who will teach you will give you the culture.
Just checking in.
Everybody doesn't have access to go and find a friend to check in.
Yeah.
There's not nobody in every hood that say I'm the check-in person to make sure you stay.
Right. I ain't saying taking it that far, but I'm just saying, like, you know, at
you're right.
At some people's house, they may do things a little different. Like I done seen with some people, the mama and the daddy cuss at them like that.
Right.
And we be looking like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't like that, particularly at our house at that age. You know what I'm saying? But and then some kids, they was allowed to cuss. I'm like, you can't do that at our house. My mama gonna choke now.
I remember seeing one of my peers calling their parents by their first names.
Yes,
and I'm like, what? Like your mama let you call her by her name?
See that in certain households,
like that was disrespectful.
I can't call my mom by her name,
and you won't call aunties, just.
I think my sister may have called my mom by her. But
so now, in fun and games, we call each other by it. I'm like, all right, one gift.
Yeah, but that's mama.
That's definitely my mama.
But it's understood.
Come on, we got more news, man. Let's get through
we got it. Man. So love, loyalty, and respect, y'all.
Elmo, man, we got news.
And so, just for those who listening, when we say Elmo,
everybody, let's
move on.
That's right. Organized.
That's the language of the Tampa
y'all
Breakfast Club.
The lingo, whether you know it or not.
And so y'all can tap in on that too, right? So if y'all listening, y'all watching us, and y'all feel like we done covered the subject and we thoroughly covered it, just put in the chat Elmo.
If y'all no longer interested,
just say Elmo.
We're not gonna take it personally.
We will not take it personally at all. That's
we'll get the hint.
Everybody, let's move on. All right, so St. Petersburg is witnessing a significant decline in its Black population, marking the fourth consecutive year of shrinkage, with a 10% reduction from 2018 to 2022.
What?
This stands in stark contrast to double-digit growth in the Black population in the rest of Pinellas County, and a 7% increase in Florida overall.
Blacks are leaving St. Pete.
Yeah. Over the past
double digits going to other counties.
So listen, they're not leaving Florida.
They're leaving St.
Pete. Yeah. Yeah. Because Florida is actually seeing a 7% increase.
So we lost 10% between 18
and 22.
And 22. So those 4 years, 10%. So what we were like 70,000. So what, 7,000, 8,000 people left?
See if the numbers in here, but I don't.
But I know people that's within that 10%. I got family members who moved to greener pastures. Got family members who move out of state. And the harsh reality is, it's very expensive to live here.
Yeah.
There are not a lot of opportunities. A lot of people live in St. Pete, but work in Pinellas Park, but work in Clearwater. So a lot of times people moving closer to their job, closer to the opportunities that they've been searching for. And St. Pete is not offering it to Black people right now.
Well, I want to say this, and I've been screaming this for a long time. If you have property here and you can afford to hold on to it. St. Pete is prime real estate. There's nowhere in St. Pete where you're more than 10 minutes away from the water.
Right.
In St. Pete. I don't care where you at in St. Pete, you can get to any bottle of water within 10 minutes.
It's true. It's paradise.
It is paradise. And they're out marketing us and pricing us out of our neighborhood. There's no more hoods in neighborhood.
You don't think so?
No more hoods?
No.
Not to the. But,
you can't call nothing a hood when you got $1 million houses.
But listen, let me.
The hood still exists in St. Pete.
But hold on.
When you got $1 million houses stand 2 houses down from the trap, that's no longer a hood if somebody can come in and buy $1 million house.
If $1 million house can be in the hood.
Okay.
So,
can you not have $1 million houses in the hood?
No, I think that's
okay.
I think that's like
so
an oxymoron.
$1 million house go up, it's no longer the hood.
It's no longer the hood.
Okay.
Because part of the hood is low income. That's part of it, like the low income.
Okay.
Like low income home, low income. That's part of it.
Ooh.
But see,
so
I think
I'm kind of with changing that. Then if we need income to not be the hood, then let's get income.
But no,
I'd rather have income than hood.
There's no problem with the community getting better and being cleaned up and being taken care of. But the problem is when people who once lived here can no longer afford to live here any longer.
Which is one of the things that
that's
they're
pushing
talking
out
about with this exodus.
Listen, a lot of people don't know like taxes. Look at your tax bill. Look at it from 4 years ago.
Insurance.
Them same 4 years.
Insurance.
Look at your taxes from the same 4 years ago.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
And you look at rent. You
look at rent from 4 years ago. What
happened with rent from 2018 to 2022?
Where are the safeguards?
And the majority of our population are renters.
So look at old Queensmart.
The apartments?
Yeah. Queensmart, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they bought them.
So listen, lived out there. Same floor plan when I lived. When I lived out there, let's say I moved out like 2014, 15, somewhere around there. I had a 2-bedroom paying $650.
$650
for a 2-bedroom.
$650 in St. Pete.
Yes, right.
What else? 90s.
No. 2014.
Okay, I'm distracted.
Right.
That was around the purchase time because they sold like.
Because 14, that's when it was like kind of coming out of the 08 to like 12, 13 recession.
So now Queensmart is Osprey. So it changed.
It was Osprey when I lived there, right?
Okay.
It was Osprey when I lived there. But now I picked somebody up there. A 1-bedroom was $1,250. A 1-bedroom.
Right.
I paid half of that for a 2.
Yeah.
A 1-bedroom is double what I paid for a 2.
And listen, and it's not that much opportunity. So it's a tricky juggling act that not only people got to do to stay here, but also that like our officials and the people in control got to do to help keep people here. They call it placemaking or helping people stay in place, right? And that
aging in place.
That goes along with like the homestead exemption to lower your taxes. Mm-hmm. There needs to be like a renter's exemption or something, because one of the biggest problems, the reason a lot of black people are leaving is because, like I said, the opportunity isn't here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And here's just kind of getting back to this report, and then we're gonna get into what's being asked. Though it says over the past 3 years, the rate of black residents leaving the city has reached record highs, especially notable among the younger and college educated demographic. There's also a local survey project that's being aimed to understand the reasons behind this trend. Preliminary responses from 20 African Americans suggest that housing costs and the lack of employment and business opportunities are key factors.
See, didn't I just say that?
You did.
Listen,
you must have been one of the 20. The pandemic has also contributed to a surge in rents and home prices in St. Petersburg, prompting many to explore affordable housing markets elsewhere. Residents leaving St. Pete are relocating to cities like Clearwater, Largo, Atlanta, New York, Miami, and Washington, D.C., and some are leaving Pinellas County altogether.
And look, I want to say this, right? Margaret just said they can't afford to stay here because the jobs don't pay. And also, a lot of times, these jobs pay the black people tremendously less amount of money than they pay the white people. So I'm just going to call a spade a spade. There is pay inequities, not only just at the private sector, in the city sector, in the governmental sector. There's pay inequities that will allow your white coworker to live in St. Pete when that same black coworker that might be doing the exact same job, but for a tremendously less amount of money, and their whole family got to move.
So that pay inequity is another one of the factors. And I got a story here. I want to, if we have time, they was talking about Navy Federal. Mm-hmm. And how they got sued recently for discriminating for mortgages. And so if you look at what's happening with them, like I think they said that they approved 75% of the white applicants for mortgages, but they approved less than 50% of black applicants.
And I bank with Navy Federal.
Who had comparable and in some cases better financial situations, not just credit. Like they had better credit, better jobs, etc. But they were being denied for home because they were black.
I don't put that I'm black on nothing.
Yeah.
None of my documentation,
because
I'm not black. If you look at my skin tone, if you look, I got this like caramel, like what they call it, Puerto Rican.
Come on back.
Okay,
come on back. So Surge is not just a black people's thing. I hear that, Margaret.
It's not just a black people thing, but what happened is call a spade is that our counterparts are still getting paid more. You know what I mean? And so they can afford it. And you look at it, this is why the rent went up.
There are pay inequities,
You know,
people can pay it.
Because they can, people up north were able, so when COVID happened, everybody went remote.
Yeah.
And so you saw a lot of people move from up north and come down here, and they took their up north salaries and started living down south.
So all them people came down here, then the black people left.
But so what happened is they still have their up north salaries. You know, they still have their salaries up there because they still is employed in New York. Yeah. And so they're able to live down here, get their salaries up there, and pay the lower rent here. Yeah. Now, to us, the rent is crazy.
That's the question. When we talk about affordable, like the second part of that affordable is affordable for who?
Right.
Because these rents are affordable for somebody. They're just not affordable for the population that was here.
And so, so our salary hasn't matched up north salaries.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you can work here and $4,000 a month is good. Like if you're making it, but that same job, they're making $7,000. They're making an additional $3,000, and then they come down here with the extra $3,000. They can afford $2,200 rent. Your $4,000,
and it's lovely, right?
Listen,
they're paying that for a shoe house.
Yeah, and they come down here, it's like wow.
And the reality is like there has to be some intentionality. We talking about these new developments and where the community gonna be and this and that. If we're not careful, like this next census can easily be another 10-15% loss of black community.
That's true.
So
in 8 years, we can lost 25% of the black community here. Like who's gonna push the alarm? Is that gonna be the alarm sounding moment, or is it going to be when we're only 25% of the community that we once were?
And take a look at how
which is 10,000 people.
Yeah, Margaret said my granddaughter. Margaret said my granddaughter's mother moved from Boston to South Carolina with the same Boston salary. Mm-hmm. She lived in luxury apartments because she could afford it.
Yeah, right. That's exactly what you're saying.
And that's what we're seeing. And they build in luxury apartments.
And what you also see here in St. Pete is that we see our sky rises. You see St. Pete changing to look like a bigger city up north. And the crazy part is the people from up north came here because they like the southern feel. They like what St. Pete they're transforming it to what they left from.
Yep.
Right.
You know, if you look at it, they're taking away the yards. You're getting they're trying to give us a up north feel, and we got to fight for our southern feel here a little bit.
And I think that
you're right though.
And I think when we talk about the southern feel and having the yards, the policy decision is around density and how close you can put, properties to each other. So because that we need more housing. So supply and demand is, fundamentals to economics. And so when we talk about the lack of affordable housing or the lack of housing, the thought process is, okay, we got to build more housing. In order to build more housing, you have to change your policy to allow. So that policy where you used to have a yard, now you don't have to have a yard because you can, you know what I mean? So that's another, when you talk about what's contributing to it, it's not just like a magic wand saying, oh, we don't want no small town. Right. It's like, no, we want density. We want to have places for people. And in order to accommodate that, you have to be able to put more properties on smaller spaces.
And so that's just the
other side of that coin.
So the other side of that coin is like, do we have to have that many people here to?
Yes, we got to accommodate more people because people coming. But this is what
they can visit
when we make accommodations when we make accommodations for building and builders. We can't forget to make those same accommodations for renters and people because we think it trickles down. We think because we make a denser map and we put more living space in a smaller, denser area that it translates to affordability. No, it doesn't.
No,
you can build 1,000 more units, and if the intentionality isn't for it to be affordable to the people who live here.
Yeah,
I ain't talking about affordable to the Miami people coming or the New York people coming. Affordable to the historical people who've lived here. Right. If we don't do that intentionally, we're just gonna build a whole bunch of new stuff that's gonna be high priced as well.
I agree. We're not gonna be able to build our way out of it. The other part of that equation too is we got to figure out a way to get our money up. Because when we talk about what's affordable for other people, affordable for people to live here, if we continuing to build housing and saying, okay, well, we got to build housing to make it affordable for people who live here, then we put these caps on income. Then what happens is now you perpetually in poverty because we put a cap that said you can't make more than this amount in order to have this house.
you're gonna look at like the possibility of like a Detroit. You see,
or abandoned town.
You're gonna because eventually,
after the jobs and everything go,
when you don't have the money,
it get empty.
People started bucking on their rent. Yeah. People start not paying for their leases for their businesses because it's no longer affordable.
Yeah.
It's good while it's good, but the well does run dry when you're not pouring back in, and it's not going both ways. So if you're the only one that's making money, believe me, when the pocket's dry, they're going to go somewhere else.
I want to say this, because we do have to get our income up, and one of the ways of bringing our income up is getting to the biggest employers. Yeah. Right, the people who hire the most people and getting them to lessen their pay, wages and gap.
We had this conversation all the time.
Listen, because if we have 10 major employers here, and they're underpaying their black employees by 15% over 30 years,
that's a lot.
But you understand what I'm saying? So now do the math over 30 years. Guess what? Not 10% of the black people gonna leave.
Yeah, and then the other part of that is once you're paying less as the largest employer, then you have to subsidize more so that people can afford to stay here. Because that's the other part of like creating affordable housing. The affordable housing that's created in part has to be built with subsidies. So the government has to say, okay, I'm going to help offset the cost of building these homes with the government subsidy.
What?
And so what happens is the amount of money that you're paying to subsidize, like if you just paid that in wages, people could afford it, and you might not need as big of a subsidy.
And you know what else?
Like, racism cost us billions of dollars. It was a study right here that showed how much money racism has been costing us, and it still is.
Yeah.
So you know what else they do is that somebody who's been on the job for a long time, they still are underpaid compared from the new employees, where they capped out where the new employees is starting at.
And then they got to leave their pension to get a bigger paycheck. So people be in dilemmas. That's what the teachers going through.
That's what Kiss said. She said, we're getting pushed out of our area just like they did. I don't know where that
people in Miami.
Okay.
Back in the day,
okay,
they put them there thinking it was a bad area. And when they saw it was prime real estate, they came back and priced the black communities out. That's the same thing here. If y'all look at the black community, if people don't know, that big tower that just was built down 4th Street, 3rd Street, Publix and all that, those are all black communities.
Yeah.
Those the four biggest new buildings that were built were historically black communities. Right. If you know where Demon's Landing is, that was Mole Beach.
Right.
That was the black beach.
Right.
So look at Demon's Landing today.
Yeah, and it's that point. Hold on. This is Margaret says we don't need jobs. We need business. Hold on. We don't need jobs. We need businesses. Jobs are a cycle of poverty.
Yes.
The people that are coming here with their own businesses as contractors with high incomes. You got to look bigger. I agree to a point.
Because everybody's not going to have their own business. Yeah. Everybody, because there are some employees that make good money.
And here's the thing with us in our businesses, like we have to think bigger. I hear that, Margaret. But my idea of thinking bigger is creating a business that's going to employ 50 or more people.
But we got to get out the poverty mindset. Because we sandbag our income. The things that it take to have 50 employees, a lot of black businesses don't take those steps.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And that's how we got to come out that poverty mindset.
Because your whole, like if you think about it as a community builder, the reason you're building your business is to create jobs.
Jobs, yes.
You know what I mean? And then when you create the jobs, now you're improving the condition of not just yourself and your family.
But some of us create jobs for ourselves. Like my first business was to create a job for Jabbar.
Right.
Because Jabbar couldn't find a job.
Impact, and that has its place. However, thinking bigger means like, okay, how can I grow my business? What kind of support can my business have in order to be able to hire 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 people?
A lot of us start businesses and it becomes our job, right?
Yes.
Yep.
And instead of us being the employer,
we become the employee to ourselves.
Yep. To ourselves.
Yep.
And the thing is, when you're starting a successful business, anything that you do is that you want to make it that if you step away, it still run.
Right.
And that's how you know you're doing something successful. If the job needs you to stay there, then there's something wrong with your plan.
There we go. Grow it. So, so last thing on this, I mean, what else can you say?
Move on after that one.
And so, again, the declining Black population in St. Petersburg is a multifaceted issue. It's influenced by housing costs, job opportunities, cultural factors. Addressing this trend is going to require a comprehensive strategy that encompasses economic, educational, and cultural aspects. There's also a survey initiative. The Power Broker magazine is conducting a survey to gather insights from current and former African-American residents and workers in St. Pete to identify the primary factors that are contributing to the decline. I don't have the link here, but I promise y'all, I'll make sure we post that link for you.
And I want to say we got to think about the legislative components to the economic situation we're in. There is history in our city council, in our city, that specifically stated that they wanted to destroy the economic power of the Black community and weaken the Black community. So those steps were made, and we have to go back and say, okay, now we got to correct that, and we got to do something to strengthen that same community we made a plan to weaken. That's all.
Boom. And so I'm going to say that if y'all want to finish this conversation, he say, she say, we'll be first Friday in 2 days.
This Friday.
This Friday. He say, she say.
Yeah, because you say first Friday. We think we got time.
No, you got time.
And that's next week.
Day after tomorrow.
But then, let's say this, if you're still looking for a great time, on January 11th, we will be having conversation and libations. At the dispensary.
Okay.
At the dispensary?
Yes.
Where they grow the weed?
Wait, no.
The distillery. I was going to say, what are you talking about?
There's a difference.
Because I support it all now. I just wanted to make sure. What's that dispensary?
It's the kickback.
I just seen her. He didn't tell me nothing about this.
Okay, kickback. Put it in. January 11th. It's a free event.
Yes.
There will be free drinks, small bites. Yes. So that means free food as well.
Yes.
A great DJ. Another time for us to mingle, talk about it. Come on out, completely free. And yeah, just sign up.
And then also, again, we want to remind y'all, for those who just tuning in, y'all can come out and hang out with us Friday morning.
Yeah.
Come get a cup of coffee.
Urban Drinkery.
Come get a cup of coffee from Urban Drinkery. Say what up to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. We're going to be broadcasting live from Urban Drinkery from 7 to 9 on the first Friday morning. So you got first Friday that morning with the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club starting off 7 to 9 a.m.
And then that
night, come on back for He Say, She Say. And then I think 99 Jam's going to be live also at 5 o'clock from Urban. So it's going to be like an amazing day of first Friday on the Deuce.
Live music, coffee, and culture.
All the things. Can we do Ask Kiana?
Yes, let's run it.
And I was waiting on you to say no. What if we can? Like he got a thing when you usually say no. We not gonna do it. All right, so not today. All right, so the Ask Kiana is being brought to you as part of being brought to you by the One Community Grocery Co-op. So take control with Community Grocery Co-op, our community-owned retail grocer. You can join us and help us build a thriving store that meets our community needs for fresh, healthy, and nutritious foods. Your ownership makes a difference. Visit our website, ocgc.coop, or attend one of the events that are being put on by the co-op to learn more about how you can be a part of a healthier future. All right, dear Kiana, I have a problem. I've been dating my boyfriend, George, for 17 years, and we've never lived together. We both have children from previous marriages, and my daughter and George's son had a crush on each other as teenagers. Now, 10 years later, they've reconnected and expressed their serious interest in each other. I don't know how to feel about this. I want them to be happy, but it just doesn't seem right to me. What are your thoughts on this?
To be honest, there ain't nothing you can do about it.
Go ahead and double date. Go ahead, y'all start double dating.
So, I mean, honestly,
Thank you, Margaret.
So y'all kept the separation. You didn't blend the families.
Okay.
Y'all 17 years.
Should have married.
Said Flavor Flav. Throw that out.
You should have married. Took it off the market.
I mean,
somebody call us.
To be honest,
in the chat, help us
there's really nothing you could do.
Yeah.
To be honest, it doesn't seem like nothing in your letter said that they was raised as siblings to give them that bond that would have stopped them from crossing that line.
Okay.
And to be honest, y'all live in separate households. they're just neighbors.
And they crush it.
And that's all, to be honest, they're just neighbors. They're just people who knew.
Good morning.
Y'all didn't combine. Yeah, they are.
My daddy like your mama and I like you. Hey, what?
Yes or no?
When y'all went to the birthday dinner, the letter went in. You want to be my girlfriend?
Hey, this is the time you had that conversation. When they had a conversation?
It's full circle.
This is the time.
This is the time you have the conversation.
They came back, and I mean, unfortunately,
so I mean, they're in their 20s then, because it said they had a crush on each other as teenagers. 10 years later, let's say teenagers was 14.
Now they 24.
Now they 24, and they reconnected, and they've expressed a serious interest in each other.
They might get married before y'all.
I was just about to say that.
Y'all can go to their wedding.
What you think about that though? Like,
it ain't nothing they can do about it. They're grown.
It ain't incest.
Okay.
Is it incest?
It ain't. Because they're not like blood relatives.
And they just really been dating. Mama and the boyfriend just been dating
for 17 years.
But they never lived together.
They kicking it. That's just kicking it.
You know what I mean? They didn't put their families together where it could have been.
What you see?
Yeah, no.
What Margaret said.
Margaret said she needs to get a therapist and stop judging them.
He didn't marry her.
That's what I say. That he left it open. He left it open when
she had bags by.
Yeah, when they didn't consolidate. What they call it when you make
consolidate.
No, that ain't it.
Consummate.
Yeah. They didn't consummate the relationship.
No, consummate mean they had sex.
Okay, then that ain't
because
you know they was doing that for 17 years. I wonder did they take it home age then?
Kiss said if they didn't make them family growing up, they're not family.
Yeah, that's it.
Listen,
maybe they'll get married and show their parents where they messed up at.
Listen,
that's what
won't life do it to you?
It'll do it, and then it'll make you relook and go back and see.
Relook at life
and see what you did wrong. Because I mean, honestly, if they were grown up, if they were in the same household, they would have ended up getting a sibling bond.
Okay,
no,
right?
What if George son a bum? And like now, okay,
so what do you?
He bumming like his daddy.
No, bumming. Daddy doing all right. He able to maintain. He ain't have to move in with her.
He can pay his own
quotes.
Yeah. He can pay his own rent.
I mean, honestly,
maybe that's what our consideration. I don't know because it says my daughter and George's son had a crush and she don't know how to feel it. It don't say why she don't know how to feel about it.
Listen,
maybe she don't like George's son.
Feel good about
it.
When your children are grown, unfortunately, you no longer dictate their life. You're only their mentor.
Okay.
If you done it right.
No, you're just their parent. They got other mentors.
You're no longer parenting.
Peer pressure.
But I wonder what you don't stop being a parent when your children get grown.
You don't stop, but they don't have to take your. They don't have.
They never did, honestly.
But I think like Kiss, and you said it too. Kiss just kind of really
tied the knot
on it. Like if they didn't make them a family, then they don't see themselves as family.
They didn't see that. Like you were, and to be honest, they felt like y'all was just like they felt like y'all was playing.
He said there's no blood, so it's all good.
Yeah, and they felt like y'all was playing.
Listen, they calling y'all bluff.
Yeah, like, yo.
She calling y'all bluff. Daddy, you can't make
17 years y'all done lived in separate households, right? And clearly
y'all could at least moved in. Y'all could have shacked up.
They didn't want to shack.
Save that money. You could have just said, hey, baby, I'm gonna pay all the rent. And you just save your money. We're gonna be rich by the end of it.
Yeah, because 17 years in separate
households. We're gonna be paid at the end of this. Or you pay the rent and let me run off with the bag and I'm gonna come back with the bag.
Unfortunately,
we're gonna work this out.
Your uncomfortability is stuck with you.
I hear that.
What you got to say?
I don't know. I mean, my first thought was like, it's just too close. I mean, like that's like me and your dating, and now you trying to date my son. Like I don't know,
but I see what you see in him. I see what you see in him.
Like, that's the line.
Good boy.
But it ain't no blood. If it ain't no,
they ain't no blood.
They not a family. They not blended. But my initial reaction was like, no, don't do it. But I mean, like you said, they grown. Maybe they could have talked to them when they was teenagers. Like, okay, they crushing on each other as teenagers. If that didn't get their attention and they didn't make any changes, then like
you should have shown them the chlamydia video.
10 years later, like you know.
And then it also determined when they came into each other's lives.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Teens.
At teens.
Well, I think
Mr. Edmonds said it best. Look, your daddy like my mama, and I like you.
That's it. So what is gonna do? What we gonna do? What we gonna do? So I'm sorry.
So that was the day.
They might get married before y'all.
Wow. Thank you, Wanda. I appreciate you tuning in. You have a great day as well.
Yes, thank you, Wanda.
Hey, mommy.
My God, that's man. Yeah. So that's my mama. So y'all listening to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. That was the Ask Kiana question for today.
So while my mama on, listen, if y'all looking for any sweets.
Yes, the best
sweets,
cakes,
pies, candy apples, any of your treat needs for any party.
That's where you get it from. You get it from your mom.
Yes, I do.
You get it from your mom.
If you need t-shirts, hats, anything, we have a whole factory at the house.
Okay.
Hit us up.
Okay.
We need some Tampa Bay Breakfast Club swag.
I already said that.
Yeah.
Get off the air with that.
Oh.
That's an off-air conversation.
In other news.
In other news, we got 5 minutes. This is a great 2 hours.
Yeah. We got no news. I mean, if you got something, I don't think I can do it in 5 minutes.
But,
because it's a lot. So I guess what we can do, we'll talk about it Friday, because we do have a lot of challenges that are in front of us in 2024.
A lot.
Okay. So as we celebrate, the newness of a new year, and we have to be mindful and remember that, legislative session is starting in Florida, and there's a lot of craziness that's being proposed, a lot of bills that's out there.
Oh yeah, you heard about the new bill about reparations? They're putting on reparations is such a serious thing.
Yeah.
They're putting a bill together right now that says Florida cannot have reparations.
I was gonna say you can't do it.
Yeah. But listen, and this is for those who feel that reparations isn't realistic. This is for the people who think that it can't be done. It's such a realistic thing right now today. They're making legislation for
to say that you can't do it.
This know what this reminds me of? The Reconstruction era, when all the black men went and became senators, and when it became governors, and then they made rules that said that they couldn't be senators and governors no more.
Right.
We're living that again now. So y'all got to take action, get involved with this politics stuff.
And learn your history, because history does repeat itself. If you
now, and I'm glad you mentioned that, because that is a real thing, and there's some priorities that I have that's along that line that's going to be impacted by that legislation.
Oh yeah, that's why we got to come with it, because the reality is the Tropicana site that's being redeveloped, that's a form of reparations. If you just take it at the words of the mayor when he says we're going to rewrite the wrongs of the past.
Yeah.
That's restorative.
Right.
That's reparative action.
Yeah.
So we got to do it with fidelity though, but you got to understand that reparations is something that has been paid to the Chinese. It has been paid to indigenous people. It has been paid to even some Jewish folks. It's been paid to even some Italian folks.
Right.
And it's only ridiculous when we say
it's only ridiculous when we want it.
Yeah.
Right? I don't want no reparation. Well, give me yours.
Yeah.
Right.
See, the leaders who all these years y'all been saying y'all don't want reparations, right? Check over to my name. My name is Jabbar MJBBARED.
Stop feeding in a narrative that it's impossible, because we've seen people get it.
Exactly. Why would a strategic governor like our governor? He's a very strategic and politically swift person. People don't know this. Our governor is very astute politically.
Right.
He's good at what he does. Why would he make this law? Yeah. Why would not?
Because he sees something coming.
Thank you.
And the other part of that too, again, just as we land the plane, knowing that we're going to be talking about.
Yeah. Stay tuned.
So y'all come back Friday.
Stay tuned.
Matter of fact, you can join the conversation in person with us on Friday at Urban. We're going to be outside the studio. We're going to be over at Urban Drinkery. Tampa Bay Breakfast Club will be at Urban Drinkery, 2184 9th Avenue South, from 7 a.m. to 9. Come get a cup of coffee. Great conversation, and tap in, man.
And bring us some food if you want to.
But that's what we're going to talk about. We'll talk about now. I'm doing my thing. I'm 3 days in. I'm having a great day.
Intermediate.
So we talking about educational narrative, the assault on voting rights, racial mass shootings, community response unity. Like, it's a lot that we're looking forward to doing in 2024, and we hope y'all do it with us, man. There's so much more that needs to be done and needs to be said. So I appreciate y'all, and that's my final thoughts.
Oh, I want to give a big shout out to DJ Ish. big shout out to DJ Ish opening up a new spot, man, for people to hang out and have a good time.
Right
we need Ish, come on the show. Somebody tag DJ Ish, tell him we need him on the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. Talk about what you're doing, how you're doing it, when you did it.
We'll call him and get him, man.
Yep.
All right, be the change you want to be. And stay tuned to Sister Hugh.
Make you lose your shoes and shout out all around the house, y'all. This has been a wonderful program, man. First one of the new year. I want to thank y'all. This has been the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
This is Kiana, and Mr. Edmund just walked away.
Yeah, but it's all good.
Yes.
We out.